given that cos x equals 1/4 and that x is between 0 and pi over 2, so remember that's telling you what quadrant x is in, and you use that to determine the sign of things. Find the exact values of sine x, sine 2x. So for the sine 2x, we know that that is just going to be 2 sine x cos x, so that's simple enough. So once we found part A, part B is easy. You're literally just timesing things together. So we have cos x equals 1/4. So to find sine x from cos x, you should be quite well drilled in this by now. You square both sides, you substitute, use the Pythagorean identity, then we decide on the quadrant, is it positive, is it negative? So cos squared x is going to be 1 squared over 4 squared, so that's 1/16. Substitute for cos squared x, remember sine squared x plus cos squared x equals 1. So cos squared x equals 1 minus sine squared x. Okay, the next step, make sine squared x the subject. So sine squared x is going to be 1 minus 1/16, which is 16/16 minus 1/16, so it's 15/16. So sine x is going to be the square root of that. Sine x is going to be plus or minus the square root of 15/16, so that will be root 15/4. So square root of 15 over the square root of 16. So now we need to use the information we were given, which was that x is between 0 and pi over 2, to just work out the sign. So it's the first quadrant. This is 0, pi is 180, pi over 2 is 90. So we are in here. Remember C, A, S, T, all of the trigonometric ratios, sine, cos, and tan, are positive in the first quadrant. So we know that sine x is going to be square root of 15/4. So for part B, we just need to use sine 2x equals 2 sine x cos x. That was the answer to A. So for part B, sine 2x equals 2 sine x cos x. So that is just 2 times root 15/4 times 1/4. So that would be 2 root 15/16, which you could call root 15/8.